Welcome back to BVarsity Live here at the downtown Bakersfield, California studios. Zach Ewing and Trevor Horner here along with the Centennial boys soccer team, and we talked about Bakersfield Christian playing Friday night. Everybody playing Friday night in soccer except for these guys play Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock up at Buchanan, the defending champions. Centennial doesn't really care about seedings, though. They're the number 7 seed. They've already won 3 games. They beat the number 2 seed Central. Last week they beat the number 3 seed Liberty on Tuesday night, and now you get the number 1 seed Buchanan. This is Coach Jeff Vaughn. We have Miles BURDITT in the middle and Marcos Moreno on the end here. And guys, congratulations, first of all, on getting this far. And let's talk shop a little bit. Coach, starting with you, what's it like to be in this position? It sounded to me, I was at the game Tuesday night, and people can say 7 seed or you didn't win your own league or whatever. It sounded like you never really lost faith that this team could get this far.
No, I never lost faith at all. We lost to Liberty in league the second time we played them. And from that moment on, we said, 1 game at a time, let's get after it, let's do it, and let's make a Valley run. And that's kind of been our whole thing all the way through, and we're continuing to do it. And these guys are stepping up to a different level every single game. From our first playoff game to beating Clovis East, we were at a good level, and then we stepped it up even more against Central, and then we stepped it up even more against Liberty, and they better step it up even more against Buchanan.
Yeah. Miles, I don't know if the seed was a slap in the face necessarily, because you probably expected something in that range, but did you play with a chip on your shoulder when you got that 7 seed and thought we're better than that?
The seed didn't matter anything to us. We're just working hard every game.
Mm-hmm.
So
now you guys are here, and the number 1 seed is on the other side of the field, and that's, I guess, the ultimate challenge. They're the defending champions. You have to beat them to be the champions. What are your thoughts on Saturday?
we're gonna have to step it up and show up today or Saturday.
Not yet. You gotta wait. You gotta wait a little bit. Marcos, you had the assist that sort of sprung Grant Fiddler for the game-winning goal against Liberty in overtime on Tuesday night. How intense was that game? What was that like? And then to win it, what was the feeling like?
The whole game was kind of back and forth, and it was really intense. And just to be able to give Grant that ball was more than perfect. I didn't even expect it, but hopped on a good deflection and was able to find him. And luckily it was the Grant Fiddler, the player that knows how to put it away.
Did you know he was going to put it away?
I had a great feeling that he was.
Just don't screw this up, Grant.
Yeah.
Don't screw this up.
That's all we were saying on the sideline.
Exactly.
Jeff, I think the biggest thing for me when I moved down here a year and a half ago was soccer being played in the winter. I thought that was such a unique thing, because coming from the Sac Joaquin section, boys play in the fall, girls play in the spring, or is it the opposite way? Either way, you get those afternoon games. A lot of the schools have soccer-only fields like Buchanan has. Do you prep a little bit different now that you have a 1 o'clock game? It's probably going to be in the high 70s, low 80s on Saturday. Do you prep the guys a little bit different? Because, obviously you're used to playing on damp evenings here in Bakersfield. Yes. Now you go up there and you play in the middle of the day. Yeah,
it's definitely going to be a physical game for us. And a lot of it's just going to come down to mental physical for us when we're up there, because it is going to be 70 degrees, but it's going to feel like it's 90 degrees to them when we're used to playing at 40 degrees. So we're trying to adjust. Today at practice, we'll keep them out there, and hopefully it gets a little bit warmer so we can adjust to it a little bit. And just hopefully this game is going to require a lot of our bench to be coming in, because guys are going to need some breaks out there. Right. It's going to be warm. It's going to be tough. It's definitely Buchanan's in their favor having that 1 o'clock game, because they've been playing all their games at 3 o'clock throughout the year. So they're used to it.
How about logistically? What time do you leave Saturday morning?
We'll meet about 8:30, 8:45, get on the bus, head up. We'll make a little stop in Tulare, walk around a little bit, let them get some fluids in them, a little snack if they need it, and then head on up there the rest of the way. And we'll get there about 2 hours, hour and 45 minutes before, so we can walk around on the field, look at everything, and just start getting into our mindset of what needs to take place.
Miles, when we're talking about this stuff, do you care? I mean, or is it just we'll get on the bus whenever we need to and eat whenever we need to and play whenever we need to?
No, we definitely need to mentally prepare for the game. Like Vaughn said, coming up 2 hours early, that's going to be good for us, so we can get in the mindset right before we play. So
I know a lot of soccer players in town. Obviously, club is sort of where you get recruited, where you get seen, where you play. High school is, for some people, it's a side show. What's it like for you, Marcos, to play at Centennial? How much pride do you take in playing for your school?
I take a lot of pride playing at Centennial, being that my older brother played there as well. But it's definitely different from club. It's a lot more physical and just kicking the ball around and hoping you can finish it.
Mm-hmm.
Whether in club it's more touching the ball and having more of a smarter mentality towards things. But playing with Aztecs has really helped me get prepared, and just showing my skills out here in club is really awesome because my friends get to see it, and it's just looked at by the school and everybody else.
Right, right. Miles, how about you? I mean, how do you sort of juxtapose those two?
Well, especially since it's senior year, I'm loving high school soccer right now.
Okay.
As far as we've gone, it's a great thing.
Jeff, how do you manage guys coming from different club teams, which is where they play most of the time, and make them come together as a high school unit?
Yeah, it's I always look at it as kind of like just putting together a puzzle. And so you get your pieces and you put together the best puzzle you can, and you're never done with it, and keep working. Just like this year, we've had probably a different starting lineup every game this year, except for Central game and Liberty game might have been the same lineup. It's the only time.
Wow.
So keep juggling everything, and a lot of guys are getting a lot of time for us. And some games, Central game probably used 6, 7, 8 subs. Liberty probably only used 2 subs in that game, just depending on what we need.
Wow.
So,
how about Buchanan? What kind of a team are they? I mean, we talked about the environment, how that will be different, but where do they challenge you as a team?
they're going to be very, very good. They're going to be good on the ball. They're going to be physical. They're going to knock the ball around and move it. We'll be playing on their field up there, which is a regulation soccer field, so it's 120 by 80, where here in Bakersfield we only play on like 60, 62-yard wide field. So it definitely creates some different things that we need to worry about and like. We prefer a wider field, so we're excited about that. We play better on a wider field, so that helps us out. We just, as Trevor was talking about before, my biggest concern is just going to be the heat up there.
Yeah, I mean, the wider field means more running too. So.
Yes.
Yeah, that's another aspect.
Well, there's
of it.
also the aspect, too, that when you play on a football field, you're playing here. Where on a soccer field, you're playing on a flat surface.
Yeah.
So that's different, too, because that takes the different trajectory when you're going from the corners out, too, right?
Yes, it can, for sure.
Miles, what was the low point of the season?
Probably the beginning of league, or the first round of league.
Okay, those first 5 games.
Yeah.
And you guys scuffled a little bit. How do you?
We had a lot of injuries after our
Miles
first
came
game.
one. He hurt his ankle.
Yeah, that's
when we
right. I
played
remember that.
Liberty and
Yeah.
missed the rest of league until the second round. He came back,
yeah.
and that really hurt us.
Is rebounding from that, Marcos will ask you, is that as simple as just getting guys healthy, or was there something else mentally you guys had to do to start
I
playing
think
better?
it's more of a mental focus. Once you know that you got to pick it up and you can't let go of our chances of getting that league title, you just got to pick up the intensity and, just work hard and try and get the results we need. And definitely the injuries do play a toll on us, because having stars hurt like Miles is not good for us, and it slows us down in the middle. But it also helps because once he comes back, we feel like a brand new team and we play best.
Yeah, Coach, you've said it several times since Tuesday to me that your focus has been one game at a time, and I think most teams do that anyway.
Yeah.
But have you put extra focus on that? Like, don't worry about anything besides Tuesday or Thursday or whatever.
Yeah, we've just talked about our opponent and gotten our game plan together, and that's all we're worried about. We're not even concerned with what the next game could be or might not be. I knew the result of Buchanan and Bullard before our game kicked off, but didn't let these guys know that at all.
Yeah.
So we just focused on playing Liberty and making sure that we do our assignments and get the job done out there.
What was that game like as a coach? You and Jay Gore, the Liberty coach, are friends, and I know a lot of you guys are friends with a lot of the Liberty players and play with them in club and everything. And it's sort of a special dynamic to that rivalry, and then to play it on that stage in a Valley semifinal had to be just crazy.
It was an absolute nuts game. It was so intense and so fun. Jay and I got together yesterday, and we were just laughing just how intense it was. Might not have been some of the best soccer out there that was being played, but just the intensity and seeing these guys work on both sides. And, we both felt, it was frustrating to see somebody lose, because both teams played so hard and went after it and put out so much energy. It was tough to see a team lose, but that's how we are in this playoff bracket. Someone wins and
That's how it
someone
goes,
loses.
yeah. Miles, how about you? Playing against some buddies on Liberty's team?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of them on that team. Like Trevor Peterson, probably know him.
Yeah, the goalkeeper there.
Yeah, it was a good match. You could call it the El Clasico of Bakersfield.
All right. I like that. Marcos, how emotionally draining was that to play in a game like that?
I mean, it definitely takes a toll on you, but it just feels great coming out with the victory because, like Jeff said, we did work hard, and I felt like we deserved the win. So emotionally, it was great. Very happy to have the W.
And I would have to think that, almost 48 hours after that and about 48 hours until you play on Saturday, there's probably not a whole lot of tired legs here because you got the adrenaline going right now.
Yeah, definitely.
What about the idea of just playing in a Valley Championship? I mean, we talk about that. You hear about that. You don't get – I mean, obviously you play in tournaments and club, but there isn't sort of that one season-long goal that everything is pointed towards. What's it going to be like Saturday?
It's going to be a battle. I think we're going to bring everything we got, knowing it's going to be one of our last games, or being the Valley title our last game. I think we're just going to lay everything on the field, and win or lose, it's been a great season, so we're hoping for the best.
Stepping on the field, Miles, what are you going to be feeling Saturday, you think?
I'm going to be ready.
That's all it takes, man. Okay, Jeff Vaughn is the coach. Miles Burdett, Marcus Moreno, thanks for joining us. We're going to get going. We got Ridgeview Soccer. They're the #1 seed in Division III. They play tomorrow night. They're in next, and we'll be back on BVarsity Live.